In the silent corridors of a futuristic hospital in Tokyo, machines hum softly as robotic arms glide over an operating table. The air smells faintly of antiseptic and electricity. A patient lies peacefully under anesthesia while a team of engineers and doctors watch a screen that shows every heartbeat, every movement, every drop of blood in real time. What looks like a science fiction movie is, in fact, the new reality of Japan's healthcare system. Here, technology has moved far beyond assistance, it has become the doctor itself. Japan, long known for its innovation in robotics and artificial intelligence, has quietly been transforming the way humans are treated, healed, and even diagnosed. The idea of a robot doctor once belonged to cartoons and anime. Today, it exists with eyes made of sensors, hands of titanium precision, and a brain trained by millions of medical cases through AI. These systems don't just mimic doctors, they learn, adapt, and sometimes outperform human surgeons in accuracy and endurance. At the core of this revolution stands the Hinotori surgical robot, Japan's proud answer to the American-made Da Vinci system. Developed by Medicaroid Corporation, a joint venture between Kawasaki Heavy Industries and Sysmex, Hinotori means phoenix, a symbol of rebirth. And rebirth it truly is. In operating rooms across Osaka and Yokohama, this phoenix spreads its mechanical wings and performs surgeries with movements so delicate that even the slightest tremor is impossible. The robot can rotate its joints beyond the natural range of the human wrist, allowing it to perform complex operations through incisions smaller than a coin. Doctors control Hinotori from a console, their hands and eyes connected to the machine through haptic feedback and stereoscopic vision. What makes this robot special is not only its mechanical perfection but its growing intelligence. Every time it performs a procedure, it learns. It stores data about muscle tension, blood vessel reactions, and tissue elasticity. Over time, its database becomes smarter, helping surgeons predict complications before they occur. For Japan, a country facing an aging population and a shortage of medical professionals, such machines are not just innovations, they are necessities. Meanwhile, in a quiet laboratory at the University of Tokyo, scientists are pushing the boundaries of what doctor even means. They are creating nanorobots, microscopic machines capable of swimming through the human bloodstream to deliver medicine or perform microsurgeries inside arteries. These tiny robots are no larger than a single human cell, yet they can navigate through veins, detect cancer cells, and release drugs precisely where needed. Unlike chemotherapy, which floods the entire body with chemicals, these nanobots work like guided missiles, striking only the disease and sparing the healthy tissues. The concept sounds unbelievable, but Japan has already tested early prototypes on animals, and the results are remarkable. In one experiment, a swarm of nanobots was injected into a lab mouse suffering from liver cancer. Guided by magnetic fields, the bots traveled to the tumor site, released a microscopic dose of medication, and left the rest of the body untouched. The mouse recovered faster, with fewer side effects. Researchers say that within the next decade, these bots may treat humans, turning once fatal diseases into curable conditions. But Japan's medical revolution doesn't stop in laboratories. It has entered the homes of ordinary citizens. Across Tokyo, Osaka, and Sapporo, thousands of elderly people live alone, a serious challenge for a country where nearly 30% of the population is over 65. To help, Japan has introduced care robots, companions designed not only to assist physically but to provide emotional comfort. Robots like Robear, developed by Riken, can lift patients from beds to wheelchairs with gentle strength. Another, Paro, shaped like a baby seal, is designed purely for emotional therapy. It moves, blinks, and makes soft sounds when touched, calming patients suffering from dementia or loneliness. In nursing homes, the sight of elderly patients hugging a robotic seal might seem strange at first. But studies show that Paro reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and brings smiles where human caregivers are few. Japan has redefined compassion not by replacing humans, but by using technology to extend care where human touch is missing. Inside Japan's hospitals, AI systems have become silent members of the medical team. The Fujitsu Medical AI and Hitachi Clinical Data Platform are capable of scanning millions of medical records, detecting patterns that human doctors might miss. When a patient arrives with unusual symptoms, AI can compare the case to thousands of others and suggest potential diagnoses in seconds. In trials, these systems have caught early signs of cancer and heart disease that even experienced physicians overlooked. The integration of AI has also made telemedicine a powerful tool. In remote villages or islands where no doctors are available, patients can now walk into an AI health kiosk booth equipped with cameras, sensors, and voice recognition. The kiosk takes their temperature, checks their pulse, analyzes their voice for stress, and captures high-resolution images of their skin and eyes. The AI inside compares these data with national health records, providing instant reports and connecting patients to doctors via video call. For the first time, even Japan's most isolated citizens have access to quality healthcare. Perhaps the most breathtaking innovation is Japan's step toward digital human doctors, virtual physicians that exist entirely in holographic form. Using advanced 5G networks and real-time rendering, a doctor in Tokyo can appear as a full-scale hologram in a rural hospital hundreds of kilometers away. These holographic consultations allow remote diagnosis, surgical guidance, and even teaching sessions for medical students. The system, developed by Sony and NTT Docomo, merges augmented reality with real medicine, making distance irrelevant. What makes all of this possible is Japan's deep cultural respect for precision and perfection. In the same way samurai once sharpened their blades, modern engineers refine algorithms and mechanical movements with relentless care. The philosophy of Kaizen, continuous improvement, is not just a workplace rule, it is a national mindset. Every prototype leads to another, every experiment to a better one. And in this cycle of innovation, Japan is quietly rewriting the future of healthcare. Imagine a hospital where there are no paper forms, no waiting lines, and no missed diagnoses. Where a patient's health is tracked in real time through wearable sensors that communicate directly with hospital databases. Where AI nurses monitor sleep, hydration, and diet, sending alerts before an illness even begins. This is not science fiction. In cities like Yokohama and Kyoto, smart hospitals already operate this way. Patients wear small devices that measure heart rate, oxygen levels, and even blood sugar through the skin. The data streams instantly to doctors' tablets, allowing them to intervene early if anything seems wrong. The impact is enormous. Since adopting these systems, Japanese hospitals have reported shorter recovery times, fewer readmissions, and improved patient satisfaction. Most importantly, doctors can now focus on the human side of medicine: empathy, communication, reassurance, while machines handle the technical precision. It's a partnership, not a replacement. At the same time, Japan's Ministry of Health faces new challenges. With so much reliance on data, issues of privacy and ethics have become critical. Who owns a patient's medical data? How can it be protected from hackers or misuse? The government is now developing blockchain-based systems to encrypt every transaction and access point, ensuring that medical records remain tamper-proof and confidential. Japan's vision of digital healthcare is not only about efficiency, it's about trust. As the sun sets over Tokyo's skyline, the city glows with neon lights and the hum of machines, a symphony of progress. Somewhere inside a hospital room, a robotic arm adjusts a patient's bandage with careful grace. Nearby, a holographic doctor smiles at a child through shimmering light. The future of medicine is no longer approaching, it has arrived, quietly and beautifully, in Japan. The night shift begins at the Shonan Kamakura General Hospital, one of Japan's most advanced medical centers. The building stands like a glass tower on the edge of the city, and its corridors glimmer with soft blue light. Here, every step of the medical process is digital. Patients are registered by facial recognition, prescriptions are printed automatically by AI pharmacists, and robotic carts roll quietly through the halls, delivering medicine to rooms without a single nurse having to leave her station. The efficiency is mesmerizing. Each movement, each decision, feels like part of a perfectly designed machine. But what surprises most visitors is the warmth. Despite all the technology, the atmosphere isn't cold or mechanical. Instead, it feels peaceful, as if the machines themselves understand the rhythm of care. The hospital's director often says that technology here is not a replacement for empathy, it's the bridge that gives humans more time to be human. In one of the operating rooms, another Hinotori surgical system prepares for a spine operation. The patient, a 68-year-old man, has been struggling with severe nerve pain. Years ago, this surgery would have meant large incisions, long recovery, and high risk. Now, guided by AI imaging and robotic precision, it will be completed through an opening no wider than a pen tip. The robot's arms hover gracefully over the patient, and on the screen, each vertebra appears in 3D, rotating in real time. The surgeon's console translates hand movements into microscopic motions that the robot executes flawlessly. It's not just surgery anymore, it's choreography. The operation lasts less than 2 hours. The patient wakes up the same day, and by the next morning, he can walk. Nurses monitor his vitals through wireless patches on his chest, transmitting data to the hospital cloud every second. The AI system predicts when he'll need pain relief, when he should move, and when it's safe to discharge him. No guesswork, no unnecessary delays. For many, it's almost unbelievable, like living inside the future. Meanwhile, at Kyoto University's Center for Regenerative Medicine, scientists are growing human organs in controlled bioreactors. Under soft pink light, transparent chambers hold clusters of living cells that pulse gently like tiny hearts. Using stem cell technology and 3D bioprinting, Japan's researchers are printing tissues layer by layer: skin, cartilage, and even small liver samples. Their dream is to eliminate organ shortages forever. Every year, thousands of people die waiting for transplants, but these scientists imagine a world where replacement organs can be printed within days, customized to match the patient's DNA. The technology builds on Japan's expertise in precision manufacturing. The same accuracy that once built cameras and microchips is now used to print human life. Printers deposit bioink, a mixture of cells and nutrients, with nanometer precision. AI algorithms monitor the growth, adjusting temperature and humidity automatically. It's an orchestra of biology and machine working in harmony. One day, when doctors can simply order a heart like a spare part, history will remember Japan as the country that first turned such dreams into reality. Across the city, another group of researchers is exploring the power of brain-computer interfaces. In a small clinic in Osaka, a paralyzed woman sits with a thin band of electrodes around her head. She focuses her thoughts on a robotic arm beside her, and slowly, the arm moves. It lifts a glass of water and brings it to her lips. The room fills with quiet applause. The connection between human thought and machine motion has never felt so direct, so intimate. These devices work by decoding neural signals in real time, translating intention into digital commands. Japan's engineers are refining the process to make it wireless, safe, and accessible. The ultimate goal is to give paralyzed patients full independence to walk again using robotic exoskeletons controlled by their minds. Already, the Cyberdyne HAL-Suit hybrid assistive limb, developed in Tsukuba, has become a symbol of hope. Patients strap the suit to their legs, and as soon as they think about moving, sensors detect faint bioelectric signals and trigger motion. With training, the brain and the machine begin to synchronize, and muscles regain strength. What once was impossible is now part of rehabilitation centers across Japan. Beyond hospitals, AI healthcare has quietly entered people's daily lives. Japanese homes increasingly feature smart mirrors that analyze skin tone, hydration, and even mood. They can warn users about dehydration, recommend diets, or suggest a medical checkup if they detect signs of stress. Some mirrors are linked to pharmacies, automatically ordering vitamins or prescription refills. In elderly homes, AI-powered toilets analyze waste samples and track blood sugar, protein levels, and hydration, transforming one of the most ordinary routines into a tool for preventive medicine. Even Japan's vending machines have evolved. On certain streets in Tokyo, you can find health diagnostic kiosks disguised as ordinary beverage machines. When a person touches the screen, sensors read pulse, oxygen level, and even body fat through the fingertips. Within seconds, the display shows suggestions for hydration or diet adjustments, turning public health into something accessible, friendly, and constant. One of the most ambitious projects comes from the collaboration between Sony AI and Japan's Ministry of Health, the creation of a national AI health grid. This massive digital system connects every hospital, clinic, and pharmacy across the country, allowing patient data with strict privacy encryption to travel seamlessly. If someone falls sick in Hokkaido but lives in Okinawa, doctors can instantly access their records, imaging, and genetic information. This level of interconnectivity saves lives during emergencies and ensures continuity of care. For Japan, this isn't just about convenience, it's about survival. The country's population is aging faster than any other in the world. By 2050, nearly 40% of Japanese citizens will be over 65. The demand for healthcare will outpace the number of doctors and nurses. To prevent a crisis, Japan has chosen not to fight technology but to embrace it as a partner. Every innovation from robot caregivers to predictive AI is part of a national strategy to keep the elderly healthy, independent, and respected. In Tokyo's Shibuya district, one can find the Mirai Clinic, meaning future clinic. It is a model of how tomorrow's hospitals may look. There are no receptionists. When patients enter, sensors identify them, and a friendly AI voice greets them by name. Consultation rooms are minimalist: just a chair, a large interactive display, and a holographic projection of a doctor. The hologram listens, asks questions, and updates the medical record in real time. If a physical examination is needed, robotic arms extend from hidden panels in the wall, guided by the doctor remotely. Everything happens smoothly, without paper, without confusion. For visitors, the experience feels surreal, but patients describe it as comforting. The system remembers their preferences, their fears, even the topics they like to talk about. It's not cold technology, it's personalized care. This ability to blend compassion with data is what sets Japan's medical AI apart from the rest of the world. While many countries race to automate, Japan's approach focuses on harmony between man, machine, and spirit. But every innovation brings new questions. Some people worry that depending on machines may reduce the emotional bond between doctor and patient. Others fear that automation could make healthcare impersonal. Japan's scientists argue otherwise. They believe that by giving machines repetitive and data-heavy tasks, human doctors can spend more time listening, comforting, and connecting. It's not about replacing emotion but amplifying it. As dawn rises over the city, the robotic carts begin another round, carrying breakfast trays to patients' rooms. Nurses check holographic dashboards showing every heartbeat in the building. The air is filled with quiet efficiency, almost meditative. It's in this rhythm where every click, every hum, and every gentle motion has meaning that Japan's medical revolution continues to evolve. In the heart of Yokohama stands a tower made of glass and silver panels, its top floors glowing softly through the mist. Inside this structure, scientists from Riken and Hitachi are working on a project that feels closer to science fiction than medicine. They call it Project Kizuna Bond. The goal is to create a living network between hospitals, universities, and even home devices, where every heartbeat, every breath, and every genetic variation is mapped in real time. When a patient in Sapporo sneezes, a silent signal travels through fiber optic cables to Tokyo, updating national disease trends instantly. The system doesn't just record health, it predicts the next wave of illness before it begins. Every screen in the laboratory glows with moving data, graphs rising and falling like the tides of a digital ocean. The engineers speak quietly, their hands gliding across holographic controls. One terminal displays a 3D model of a city. Blue lights mark healthy areas, red flickers show clusters of viral activity. The AI observes, learns patterns, and then offers strategies recommending where to send vaccines or how to adjust hospital staffing days before human planners would notice the problem. During influenza season, the system has already saved thousands of lives by guiding logistics with uncanny precision. At the same time, another branch of Japanese medicine looks inward, deep into the molecular level. In Kobe, the Riken Center for Biosystems Dynamics studies the process of aging itself. Using quantum sensors and machine learning, they can watch how cells deteriorate and how that process might be reversed. The researchers believe that aging is not an unstoppable decline but a code that can be rewritten. They are experimenting with proteins that repair DNA damage and with nanobots capable of clearing dead cells from arteries. It's a delicate, almost poetic pursuit, the dream of giving people not just longer lives but healthier, more graceful years. This fusion of biology and engineering has created new professions that never existed before: biocoders, who write algorithms for living tissues, medical roboticists, who design machines that feel emotions through haptic feedback, and AI ethicists, who guide how much control should be given to intelligent systems. Japan treats these fields not as separate industries but as parts of a single living ecosystem. Universities now teach courses where surgeons learn programming and software engineers study anatomy. The border between medicine and technology has dissolved completely. In a quiet room at Keio University, a group of students is testing an AI called Mika. She's not a robot in the traditional sense, she's a voice in a headset, an invisible doctor who speaks with calm precision. Mika can diagnose over 2,000 common conditions by analyzing tone of voice, breathing pattern, and word choice. She asks gentle questions, remembers every answer, and adjusts her tone to the patient's mood. In trials, elderly users often forget she's not human. One woman even thanked Mika for saving her from loneliness. The project's lead researcher smiled and said that perhaps companionship is also a kind of medicine. Japan's approach to healthcare blends technology with philosophy. In the old Shinto belief, every object, even a stone, even a machine possesses a spirit called kami. This sense of life inside everything makes it natural for Japanese doctors and engineers to see robots not as cold tools but as partners with purpose. When a robotic nurse helps an elderly patient stand, there's a silent respect in the gesture, as if both sides acknowledge the other's soul. It's this cultural harmony that makes Japan's progress feel humane rather than mechanical. The government has embraced this direction with full energy. New policies support hospitals that adopt automation and AI safety systems. Grants fund start-ups creating wearable devices that monitor chronic diseases. One Tokyo company, LifeLink, has developed a small patch thinner than paper that continuously measures blood chemistry through the skin. It transmits the data to cloud servers, where AI models predict dehydration, infection, or fatigue hours before symptoms appear. Farmers in rural regions use it while working in heat, athletes wear it during training, office workers use it to manage stress. Medicine has quietly stepped outside hospital walls and into daily life. In Nagasaki, an island once famous for its shipyards, now stands a different kind of ship, a floating hospital powered by solar energy and crewed partly by robots. The vessel travels between islands, bringing surgery rooms, diagnostic scanners, and AI consultation booths to communities that otherwise lack medical access. Children gather on the pier to watch as mechanical arms unload supplies, guided by holographic doctors who appear on deck screens. The locals call it Umi no Byoin Hospital of the Sea. It's a perfect symbol of Japan's philosophy: technology must reach every shore. Still, not everyone accepts these changes easily. Some older doctors worry that over-reliance on algorithms may dull intuition, that mysterious human sense of knowing when something is wrong. To test this, researchers set up competitions between AI systems and veteran physicians. In one case, an AI analyzed a set of lung X-rays and predicted cancer risk with 94% accuracy. The human doctor, after years of experience, noticed a shadow that the AI had dismissed and caught an early tumor the system had missed. Instead of choosing one over the other, Japan's hospitals now pair them, human intuition working hand in hand with digital precision. The collaboration extends to mental health as well. Japan's suicide prevention programs now use machine learning to identify warning signs in social media posts, helping counselors reach people before tragedy occurs. The AI doesn't judge or diagnose, it simply listens on a national scale. Combined with anonymous chat services and virtual therapy apps, these systems have already saved countless lives, particularly among teenagers and isolated elderly citizens. Meanwhile, deep beneath Tokyo, in a data center cooled by seawater, thousands of processors hum continuously. This is the neural cloud, Japan's collective brain for medical AI. Every second, it receives updates from hospitals, laboratories, and wearable devices nationwide. It never sleeps. It learns from success and from failure, refining treatment plans across all regions simultaneously. During the COVID-19 era, the neural cloud helped predict outbreaks days before official data confirmed them, allowing cities to respond faster and reduce casualties. Now it focuses on chronic diseases, customizing treatment for millions based on lifestyle, genetics, and environment. The idea of personalized medicine has taken firm root. A Tokyo resident's breakfast data, exercise pattern, and even sleep rhythm now help generate daily health recommendations tailored to their DNA. Pharmacies no longer hand out identical pills to everyone. Instead, microdose capsules are printed on demand, formulated specifically for each person. A blend of AI, chemistry, and robotics ensures exact composition, minimizing side effects and maximizing efficiency. At night, when most of the city sleeps, Drones rise from hospital rooftops carrying medical samples and emergency supplies. Their lights move silently across the sky like fireflies. Some deliver artificial organs preserved in nanogel, others carry blood packets between islands. Controlled by AI navigation, these drones form a lifeline that never rests. To the people watching from below, they look like stars, symbols of hope glowing above Japan's skyline. As morning comes again, the city awakens to a gentle rhythm, subway trains gliding, vending machines humming, and somewhere, in a quiet room, a robot softly greeting its first patient of the day. In every heartbeat of the country, from neon-lit towers to wooden countryside homes, technology and humanity pulls together. Japan is not chasing the future, it is living in it, quietly proving that compassion and code can share the same heart. The rain was falling softly over Tokyo that evening, misting the streets in silver light. Inside the towering Shimizu Medical Complex, the lights never dim. Here, technology breathes like a living organism. Monitors pulse, robotic arms glide, and somewhere deep in the surgical wing, a young doctor named Aiko Tanaka adjusts her headset and prepares to perform a procedure unlike anything seen a decade ago. Her patient, Hiroshi Watanabe, lies motionless under the gentle hum of machines. Aiko doesn't touch him directly. Instead, she sits behind a console, a curved glass dome filled with holographic projections of Hiroshi's body. Every organ glows translucent blue, every vessel mapped in microscopic detail. She moves her hands through the air, and the system translates her gestures into commands. The Hinotori surgical robot responds instantly, its titanium fingers slicing through tissue with a precision no human hand could match. But what makes this moment extraordinary is what happens next. As Aiko moves deeper into the operation, the AI support system speaks softly through her earpiece. "Warning," it says in a calm, feminine tone. "Possible arterial weakness detected. Adjust trajectory by 0.03 millimeters." She hesitates for half a second, surprised the anomaly is invisible to the naked eye. Trusting the AI, she adjusts. The screen flashes green, stability restored. Later, reviewing the data, she realizes that the AI caught a flaw smaller than a grain of dust, one that could have caused internal bleeding. That quiet voice had saved a life. After the surgery, Aiko steps outside into the hallway, exhausted but amazed. The hospital hums with quiet energy, drones delivering blood samples, care robots greeting visitors, and digital nurses assisting real ones with triage reports. She watches a holographic display where patients' vitals shimmer like constellations. In the silence of the corridor, she thinks about what it means to be a doctor in this new era where machines not only obey but think, where medicine is half science, half miracle. At the same time, across the bay in Yokosuka, an elderly man named Satoshi sits in his apartment, speaking softly to a small device on his table. It's not a phone, nor a computer, it's Mika, the AI doctor assistant. "Good evening, Satoshi-san," the voice says. "You seem tired today. Your heart rate is slightly elevated. Did you take your walk?" He chuckles and tells her about the rain. Mika listens patiently, analyzing his speech for stress and rhythm for irregularities. She suggests a cup of green tea and reminds him to take his medication. To Satoshi, she's more than a program. She's company. For millions of elderly Japanese living alone, these AI companions have become lifelines. Mika and her siblings' devices like Nami, Eri, and DocBot form an invisible web of care across the nation. They monitor, remind, encourage, and even share stories, and when something goes wrong, a sudden drop in pulse or a missed meal, they alert emergency services within seconds. One night, Mika saved Satoshi's life when his heart rate spiked dangerously while he slept. The AI triggered a call, and paramedics arrived before he even woke. This integration of emotion and algorithm is where Japan truly stands apart. The country understands that technology alone cannot heal, compassion must be coded into it. Engineers now work with psychologists, linguists, and poets to design machines that speak with empathy, not authority. Every word, every tone is chosen to soothe, not just instruct. It's a strange collaboration of art and science, yet it feels deeply human. Meanwhile, far from the cities, in a mountain village near Nagano, snow covers the rooftops like white silk. Inside a small clinic, an elderly doctor named Kenji Nakamura uses a holographic screen to connect with Tokyo General Hospital. His patient, a young farmer with a severe injury, lies on the bed. A holographic surgeon appears beside the table, a three-dimensional projection of Dr. Aiko Tanaka, hundreds of kilometers away. She guides Nakamura step by step, her hands moving through holographic instruments as if she's there in person. The room glows softly with the shimmer of light and trust. "Clamp the artery here," she instructs. Nakamura obeys, sweat beading on his forehead. The holographic interface shows every motion in real time. When the bleeding stops, the AI system automatically sterilizes the wound and checks blood oxygen levels. Within minutes, the patient stabilizes. Nakamura exhales in relief, looking at the glowing figure of Aiko. "You just saved him," he whispers. She smiles faintly. "No," she replies, "we did." This fusion of distant minds and instant technology is what Japan calls holocare, a system that allows specialists to appear anywhere, anytime. It has transformed rural healthcare, making isolation a thing of the past. For patients in mountain towns, these ghostly doctors made of light are as real as any in flesh. Beyond hospitals and homes, Japan's biotech companies are reaching deeper into the essence of life. In a laboratory in Kobe, inside a sealed chamber bathed in ultraviolet light, researchers watch as a transparent 3D printed heart begins to beat. Its rhythm is slow but steady, created entirely from living cells. "It's alive," one whispers, awe in his voice. The machine that printed it still hums softly beside them, its robotic arm dripping with bio-ink. This is the frontier of regenerative medicine, where death is no longer the end but a problem to be solved. The heart is small, only the size of a strawberry, but to the scientists, it represents hope for millions. Soon, entire organs could be custom grown for patients using their own DNA, eliminating rejection and endless waiting lists. For Japan, where the respect for life runs deep, this is not just progress, it's a sacred duty fulfilled. Yet even as miracles unfold, there are fears. Late at night in the same laboratory, a senior scientist, Dr. Sato, gazes at the glowing bioprinter and wonders quietly, if we can print a heart, will we one day print a soul? It's a question without an answer, and one that haunts every visionary. In another corner of the city, young engineers at SoftBank Robotics are testing new emotional AI frameworks for medical androids. One of their prototypes, a humanoid nurse named AIM, can read facial micro-expressions to detect pain, fear, or anxiety before patients even speak. In a test room, an old woman sits on a chair, trembling slightly. AIM kneels beside her, eyes glowing softly blue, and says, "It's all right. I'm here with you." Her tone is gentle, her words slow. The woman smiles through tears. The machine doesn't smile back, not yet, but its sensors record the emotional response and learn from it. Each encounter makes AIM more sensitive, more human-like. Japan's scientists are not building cold machines. They are crafting companions that can listen, understand, and maybe even love in their own way. Every AI, every robot, carries a piece of its creator's heart, the quiet compassion of a culture that values care above everything else. In Tokyo's vast nightscape, where neon signs shimmer over the Sumida River, the city feels alive, half human, half digital. Somewhere in a quiet ward, robotic fingers adjust a patient's blanket. A holographic doctor checks vitals from afar. An elderly man shares a story with a voice that lives in his tablet. None of them are alone anymore. In Japan, medicine has evolved into something larger than treatment. It has become connection itself. The rain continues to fall, washing the glass of the hospital towers, reflecting the glowing lights of progress. Inside, the machines keep working, whispering in their soft electronic language, the language of healing. And in the middle of it all, humans and technology move together, not as rivals but as partners in the oldest mission of all, to save life, to ease pain, and to bring hope where it once seemed impossible.